Galactic Council chamber was calm and bright, filled with soft lights and floating symbols. Many species sat in their high seats, watching a large star map in the air. At the edge of the map was a small yellow star. The name below it read, Sol. Counselor Varex spoke with a tired tone. He was tall, with pale skin and long eyes that showed boredom. This system again, he said. Why do humans keep sending messages? Laughter spread across the chamber. They are slow, another council member said. They fight among themselves. Their ships are old and loud. They are not ready for the galaxy. The council agreed. Humans were marked as weak. Earth was a noisy world, full of conflict, but not a real threat. Many younger species had fallen faster. Far away on Earth, the mood was very different. In a deep underground command room, General Jiho Park stood in front of a long screen. His hair was dark with lines of gray. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp. Around him were officers and scientists, men and women who had worked in silence for many years. Captain Dae Kim watched the live feed from space. The alien fleet has crossed the outer line, he said. They will reach orbit in 6 hours. No one panicked. Admiral Sora Lee folded her arms. As expected, she said. They did not listen. President Hannah Choi stood near the center table. She was quiet, her hands resting together. Send the final warning, she said. A message was sent across space. It was short and clear. Earth seeks peace. Turn back. You do not understand what you are facing. The reply came quickly. Surrender your world. The room stayed silent. Then Jiho nodded once. Begin phase 1, he said. Far beyond the planets, past the dark edge of the solar system, something moved. It had been hidden for over 100 years. Not by force, but by patience. The structure was larger than any human city. It floated in deep space, wrapped in layers of shadow and bent gravity. To alien eyes, it did not exist. To human systems, it was awake. A deep signal traveled through hidden channels. The shadow gate was powering up. On Earth, engineer Unicio watched numbers rise on her console. Her breath slowed as systems came online, one after another. Energy flow stable, she said. No leaks. Day leaned closer. If the council sees this, they will, Una replied. Soon, the alien fleet entered the Sol system in perfect formation. Their ships were sharp and bright, built to scare weak worlds into silence. Their commander watched Earth grow larger on the main screen. Primitive, he said. No defensive line. Then his sensors screamed. What is that reading? An officer asked. Unknown mass, another replied. It's behind the system. The commander frowned. There is nothing behind this system, but the space behind Pluto twisted. Darkness folded in on itself. Light bent and vanished. Then a line appeared, long and thin, like a wound in space. The shadow gate began to open. Back in the council chamber, alarms rang. The star map shook as new signals appeared. Energy spike detected near Sol, a watcher cried. Counselor Varex stood up. That is not possible. The wound in space widened. From it came soundless thunder. On Earth, Jiho watched the feed with steady eyes. Hold position, he said. No weapons yet. The first human warship emerged. It was massive, dark, and smooth. No bright lights, no flags, only quiet power. Then another followed. And another. Hundreds. Thousands. Carriers, battleships, drone clouds, and long-range strike vessels filled the space around the Shadow Gate. They formed lines with perfect order, each ship knowing its place. The alien fleet froze. This must be a trick, the commander whispered. Human ships did not fire. They waited. A single message was broadcast across open space. Carried no anger, only truth. This is Earth Defense Command. You were warned. The Galactic Council watched in silence as the image filled their chamber. The small, weak world they had laughed at now stood behind an endless fleet. Hannah closed her eyes for a moment, then opened them. Open all channels, she said. Jiho nodded. Let the galaxy see. The Shadow Gate glowed brighter, steady and controlled. It was not a weapon of rage. It was a door built by a species that learned fear early and planned far ahead. The war had not begun yet, but it was coming, and Earth was ready. The Shadow Gate continued to hum in the dark, deep space beyond Pluto. Its surface shimmered with a soft, cold light as energy coursed through every hidden channel. Engineers and scientists on Earth watched their screens carefully, making tiny adjustments with skilled hands. Engineer Mincio Kong adjusted a lever, watching the energy numbers rise. "Flow is stable," he said, a small smile on his face. "No problems." Eunicio leaned over his shoulder. "The timing is perfect. When it opens fully, nothing will stop the fleet." Captain Dae Kim checked the tactical map again. "The enemy fleet is approaching at maximum speed. They expect a weak planet with no defense." Admiral Sora Lee stood behind them, her arms folded. She had a calm presence that seemed to steady everyone in the room. "Let them think that," she said. "We wait until the right moment." In the alien fleet, the commander frowned at the readings. He was tall and thin, with gray-green skin that reflected the bright lights of the bridge. "Something is wrong with our sensors," he said. "Mass readings show hundreds of times more than expected." "What is behind Seoul?" The officers around him murmured nervously. They had not prepared for this. They thought humans were primitive and slow, but now the impossible numbers appeared on their screens. On Earth, President Hannah Choi watched quietly. Her fingers tapped on the table as she considered every possibility. "We must be ready for anything," she said finally. The first warship moved inside the Shadow Gate's tunnel of folded space. It was smooth, dark, and silent. As it emerged, the stars around it seemed to bend slightly, and the ship's size dwarfed every sensor reading the aliens had ever seen. Jiho Park, the general, studied the feed. His eyes were steady and sharp. "All units prepare for emergence," he said. "We will not strike yet, but everyone must be in position." The Shadow Gate opened wider, and more ships poured through the dark tunnel. Fighters, carriers, and battleships moved like dancers in perfect formation. The energy from the gate surrounded them, giving them power and speed no other fleet could match. Engineer Yuna watched the energy levels. "Each ship is connected to the gate," she said. "It will help them maneuver and hide when needed." On the alien bridge, alarms went off. "Unknown objects detected," a junior officer shouted. "They are moving faster than our calculations allow." The commander slammed his hand on the console. "Impossible. Prepare for evasive maneuvers." But the human fleet did not attack yet. They moved silently in calculated lines, showing strength but not aggression. The aliens could only guess at the size and purpose of the force they faced. Captain Dae Kim studied the positioning. "The fleet is almost fully out. Soon, the galaxy will see Earth's strength." Admiral Sora nodded. "Patience. This is the moment they realize humans are not what they expected." Engineer Mincio checked a monitor again. "All subsystems stable. The Shadow Gate will hold for hours if needed. No risk of collapse." President Hannah looked at Jiho. "Do you think they will attack before we open fully?" Jiho shook his head. "They will wait until they are sure we are weak. Then they will be surprised." The alien commander cursed under his breath. "Sensors are failing. Mass readings are impossible. Deploy scouts." His scouts were destroyed almost instantly as the human fleet moved with silent precision. Ships appeared and disappeared behind asteroids and dark space clouds, making them impossible to track. Eunicio smiled quietly. "We have trained for this for decades. Every move is planned. They cannot predict it." Mincio added, "The Shadow Gate is more than just a door. It gives the fleet coordination and strength beyond any normal warship." Back on Earth, the Council of Defense watched with mixed feelings of pride and fear. They knew the fleet's strength but also the risk. If the aliens acted before the gate was fully open, many ships could be trapped. Captain Dae spoke to the fleet over the secure channel. "Maintain formation. Do not engage until the gate is fully operational. All units confirm readiness." Every ship responded with a signal. The coordination was flawless. Ships rotated, aligned, and adjusted their positions automatically as if guided by a single mind. The alien fleet commander tried to order an attack. "Fire at will," he said. But their weapons could not lock onto the human ships. Each ship seemed to vanish and reappear in another spot instantly. The aliens could only watch as humans demonstrated control over space itself. President Hannah exhaled slowly. "Soon," she said, "it will be clear to them that we are not weak." Jiho Park leaned on the console. "The Shadow Gate will open fully in 10 minutes. After that, there is no turning back." Unisio typed a series of commands rapidly. "Energy channels are stable. Warp conduits are online. The fleet is ready to move as one." The alien commander could not comprehend what he was seeing. The humans were hidden for so long, but now they had revealed a force beyond imagination. Thousands of warships emerged silently, perfectly aligned, ready for war. Engineer Mincio watched quietly. "History is being made," he said softly. Captain Day smiled. "And they don't even know it yet." Admiral Sora Lee turned to Jiho. "Once the gate is fully open, all ships will move according to plan. Every strike will be precise. Every defense impenetrable." Jiho nodded. "We wait until then. Patience is our greatest weapon now." On the alien side, panic began to grow. Their entire fleet could not comprehend the size, speed, and organization of the humans. They were taught to believe that primitive worlds like Earth would never challenge the galaxy. But the humans were ready, and the Shadow Gate had only begun its awakening. The Shadow Gate opened fully, its energy shimmering and bending the light of distant stars. Space itself seemed to stretch as if welcoming the human fleet. Warships of all sizes poured out, moving like a single organism. The aliens had never imagined such a thing. Captain Dae Kim watched the feed. His hands were steady on the console. "All ships are in position. Formation is perfect," he said. Admiral Sora Lee nodded. "Remember, no attack until I give the command. Show them our strength first." General Jiho Park adjusted his chair slightly. "This is what they will remember. Humanity is not weak. They will see order, power, and precision." Engineer Unisio monitored the energy lines. "The gate is fully stable. Each ship is synchronized. Nothing can go wrong now." President Hannah Choi stood silently behind the team, observing every detail. "When the fleet moves, they will know Earth is ready. Not just ready, but unstoppable." In the alien fleet, the commander panicked. His sensors could barely keep up with the emerging ships. "Impossible. These readings, they cannot be real. How many ships are there?" The junior officers struggled to answer. Their calculations failed. Their fleets were supposed to dominate, yet the humans showed order and control they could not match. A massive battleship emerged from the gate. It glided like a shadow across the void, with energy shields reflecting starlight. Fighter wings followed, carrying hundreds of drones designed for both attack and defense. Behind them, carriers and strike cruisers spread out like a carefully painted formation. Captain Day spoke into the command channel. "Report status. Every unit respond." Signals returned from hundreds of ships. All systems were green. The humans were ready to engage but waited, giving the aliens time to understand the sheer size of the fleet. The alien commander cursed again. "Deploy scouts. Find their weak points." Within minutes, the scouts were destroyed by automated drone swarms. They never reached close enough to report anything. Every human ship moved as though guided by one mind, eliminating threats before they became dangerous. Engineer Mincio Kong watched the live feeds. "They have underestimated us for too long. This will teach them." Yuna smiled faintly. "We do not strike yet. They see the power and do not know what to do. That is enough for now." The first communication came from Admiral Sora Lee. "Attention, alien forces. You were warned. This is humanity's defensive fleet. Turn back now or face the consequences." The message was calm, but every word carried authority. In the alien fleet, confusion spread. They had expected chaos, fear, and weakness, but they found calm and overwhelming power. Captain Day moved to the next console. Prepare for coordinated maneuvers. Observe their formation. Anticipate any move. General Jiho added, let them see our strategy. It is simple, precise, and effective. Humanity does not panic. Humanity adapts. In the shadows near Jupiter, drone squadrons moved silently. They scanned the alien fleet, calculating positions, strengths, and possible weaknesses. Every move was relayed instantly back to the command center on Earth. No ship acted alone. Engineer Yuna adjusted the energy flow to the shadow gate. We have more than enough power. The gate can maintain this output indefinitely. The fleet will not lose cohesion. The alien commander shouted in frustration. Attack! Fire everything! Weapons flared across space, but human shields absorbed or deflected every strike. Drones and fighters moved to intercept missiles and energy beams. The aliens realized too late that the humans had prepared for every attack they could imagine. Captain Day spoke calmly, hold formation. They will tire themselves before we act. President Hanna observed quietly. This is why we waited. This is why we trained. They think they have control, but they do not. From the shadow gate, more ships emerged. Each one was larger than the last, more heavily armed, yet still perfectly aligned. Battleships, carriers, and command vessels took their positions. The humans' discipline and precision made the alien fleet feel exposed and disorganized. Engineer Mincio spoke softly. They cannot believe this is Earth. They thought we were weak, but we are prepared. Yuna nodded. They have underestimated humans for centuries. And now they see what patience, planning, and unity can achieve. On the alien side, fear spread. Officers argued and commanders shouted, but coordination failed. Their fleet scattered slightly, unable to predict human movements. Every plan they had practiced was useless against a fleet moving as one entity, guided by decades of preparation. Admiral Sora Lee finally gave the command. Maintain readiness. Weapons standby. We strike only if necessary. Let them think twice before making their next move. Captain Day transmitted the signal to the fleet. All units acknowledged. Maintain formation and await further instructions. The shadow gate glowed softly, holding the human fleet in perfect alignment. It was more than a portal. It was the heart of strategy, communication, and power. The aliens could see it, but they could not touch it. General Jiho looked at the holographic map. This is the moment the galaxy will remember. Humans have emerged, not as weaklings, but as a force to be respected. The alien commander stared at the stars. He had never imagined such an organized force. His fleet, built for domination, could not compete with patience, unity, and intelligence. Captain Day spoke quietly to himself. Let them understand. Let them see that Earth is not weak. We wait. We are ready. The humans moved as one, calm and controlled, showing power without aggression. The aliens had been warned, but this warning came without fire. Yet, it was clear that if they continued, the consequences would be unstoppable. President Hanna watched the fleet and smiled slightly. We are ready. The galaxy will learn that humans do not beg, do not flee, and do not forget. The shadow gate continued to shine, fully open, a bridge from Earth to the stars. Behind it, the human fleet waited silently, perfectly prepared, and the galaxy had no idea of the storm that was coming. The alien fleet shifted nervously. Their sensors could barely track the human warships, which moved with smooth precision across space. The humans had revealed their strength, but they had not yet attacked. This made the aliens uneasy. Captain Day Kim watched the tactical map. Keep all units on alert. Do not fire yet. Let them make the first move. Admiral Sora Lee nodded. They will test us. Patience is our weapon. We will respond only when needed. General Jiho Park studied the alien fleet on the screens. They think chaos will scare us. They do not know humanity thrives in order and preparation. Engineer Unicio adjusted energy readings on her console. All systems stable. Drones, fighters, and battleships are ready to act in unison. They cannot touch us if we maintain formation. President Hannah Choi stood quietly, her eyes on the unfolding battle. Remember, our goal is defense, not destruction. We strike only to protect ourselves and others. The alien commander's face twisted with anger. Fire everything. Show them our power. His orders rang across the fleet, but the humans had already anticipated this. Shields flared as the alien weapons approached, but drones and interceptors moved like a shield wall, absorbing and destroying each attack. Captain Day spoke into the fleet channel. Monitor all attacks. Focus on defense first. Only strike when the enemy is exposed. Engineer Mincio Kong watched closely. They are learning too slowly. Our strategy is simple: patience, defense, precision. They cannot match it. The aliens attempted to surround the human fleet, but their movements were slow and poorly coordinated. The humans reacted immediately, repositioning ships and drones in perfect harmony. Each move was calculated to maintain maximum control and minimum risk. Admiral Sora Lee addressed the fleet. Target only military units. Do not harm civilian worlds. Remember, our strength comes from discipline and control. A massive cruiser moved forward, aiming directly at the alien commander's flagship. Fighters and drones spread around it, forming a protective barrier. Their movements were synchronized perfectly, like a single organism. President Hanna nodded slightly. They are beginning to understand. We are not just defending. We are showing the galaxy that humans can fight with intelligence and restraint. The alien fleet began to falter. Missiles and energy beams were intercepted before they reached any human ship. Drones neutralized incoming threats quickly. Every attack was calculated and met with an exact counter. Captain Day watched the alien ship's reactions. They are panicking. Keep pressure but do not break formation. We show strength without recklessness. Engineer Yuna adjusted the energy flow to the shadow gate. The fleet is fully supported. We can continue this for hours. Their attacks will fail every time. Mincio smiled quietly. They underestimated humans for too long. They thought we were weak, but now they see patience and intelligence can be more powerful than brute force. In the alien fleet, officers shouted and argued. Coordination failed. Their strongest ships were surrounded by drones and fighters, unable to move without risk. They realized too late that the humans' defense was not simple shielding, but a complete network of intelligence, speed, and power. General Jiho spoke to Captain Day. Prepare for calculated strikes. Only when they are vulnerable. Day nodded. Understood. We wait for openings, then act with precision. The first human strike was targeted and quick. A small group of drones disabled a key alien weapon platform. It did not destroy the ship entirely, but it forced the enemy to change position. The move was enough to show dominance and control. Admiral Sora Lee transmitted a message to the alien commander. This is your final warning. Withdraw from Sol System. Humanity defends its home, but we do not seek unnecessary war. The aliens hesitated. They had expected easy conquest, not precision strikes and coordinated defense. Their plans were failing, and fear spread through the ranks. Captain Day spoke calmly to the fleet. Maintain readiness. Target exposed units only. Civilian areas must remain untouched. Engineer Yuna monitored the Shadow Gate's output. Energy levels stable. Fleet movement is synchronized perfectly. No ship will be isolated. President Hanna addressed the command team. This is why humans survived and thrived. Discipline, planning, and restraint make us strong. They cannot match that. The alien commander realized the truth too late. His fleet was being contained, outmaneuvered, and unable to adapt. The humans were not using full force, yet the outcome was already clear. Mincio whispered, "They cannot believe this is Earth. They thought we were weak and unprepared. They are wrong." The humans maintained control. Every movement was precise, every strike calculated. The aliens began to retreat, realizing further attacks would only result in losses without victory. Captain Day spoke to the fleet one last time. Hold formation. Stand ready. They will retreat for now, but we must remain vigilant. The galaxy has seen humanity's strength. General Jiho Park nodded. This battle is a lesson. Humans fight with intelligence, precision, and ethics. That is what makes us stronger than any enemy fleet. Admiral Sora Lee smiled faintly. The galaxy will remember this day. Humans are not weak. We are guardians, ready to defend and protect. President Hanna looked at the holographic map. This is only the beginning. Earth stands strong. Humanity will face the galaxy with courage, intelligence, and unity. They will learn to respect us, not fear us. But respect is stronger than fear. The Shadow Gate glowed brightly behind the fleet. Human warships waited silently, perfectly aligned, showing the galaxy that discipline and planning could achieve what brute force never could. The aliens had seen humans at war, and they knew now that Earth would not be an easy target. The battle was over, and the human fleet remained perfectly aligned behind the Shadow Gate. Silence filled the control rooms on Earth as officers and engineers watched the aftermath. The galaxy had seen humans at full strength, and the message was clear: Earth would not be conquered. President Hannah Choi stood at the central console, looking at the images of the retreating alien ships. Her face was calm but full of pride. "We have defended our home and shown that humans are strong," she said softly. General Jiho Park leaned over the map. "We acted with precision and restraint. That is why we have won without unnecessary destruction. The galaxy will remember this." Captain Dae Kim checked the fleet status. All ships report systems normal. Minimal damage sustained. Drones and fighters are ready for redeployment if needed. Admiral Sora Lee nodded. The Shadow Gate proved its worth. We can defend or project our presence anywhere in the system now. The galaxy cannot ignore us. Engineer Unisio and Minseo Kong monitored energy readings. "The gate is stable. It can be maintained indefinitely," Una said. Minseo added, "And the fleet can move through it as one without losing formation. Coordination is perfect." Far away, the alien commanders regrouped. Their fleet had failed, their confidence shattered. They had underestimated humans, and the lesson was painfully clear. One empire considered the humans weak. Now they feared them. The Galactic Council, once dismissive, now watched carefully. On Earth, Captain Day spoke to the fleet over the communication network. "All units return to assigned positions. Maintain readiness. The galaxy has seen our strength, but we are guardians, not conquerors." General Jiho added, "History will remember this day, not for the destruction we caused, but for the order, precision, and strategy we showed. Humans fight with intelligence and restraint, and that is what makes us stronger than any enemy." President Hanna looked at the command team. "This is why humans survived, why Earth stands. We did not seek war, but we do not fear it. We fight to protect, to defend, and to ensure balance. That is our strength." The Shadow Gate's glow began to dim slowly. It remained open, but energy readings returned to a steady, calm level. Human ships moved back toward their hidden stations, maintaining formation and readiness. Drones and fighters patrolled nearby, ensuring no stray threats approached. Captain Day spoke quietly to Admiral Sora. "The galaxy has learned a lesson today. They will think twice before challenging Earth again." Sora nodded. "Yes, but we must remain vigilant. Our presence is now known, and some may seek revenge. Discipline and strategy will remain our weapons." Engineer Una smiled faintly. "They cannot match our planning and coordination. That is why humans thrive. Not raw power, but preparation and patience." Minseo added, "And unity. The fleet acts as one because humans act as one. That is our advantage over any alien race." President Hanna looked over the fleet displays. "We have shown the galaxy that humans are ready to defend ourselves and others. We do not seek conquest, but we will act decisively when necessary." Jiho Park agreed. "This is the beginning of a new era. Humans will be respected, not feared blindly, but understood. That is more powerful than fear itself." The alien fleet retreated into the darkness of space, their ships battered and morale broken. The Galactic Council, now aware of Earth's hidden power, began discussions. They realized that humans were not merely survivors. They were a force of balance, capable of protecting or punishing with intelligence and precision. Captain Day communicated with the fleet one last time. Stand by for redeployment. The galaxy will remember this day, and we will continue to act as guardians. President Hanna smiled slightly. The Shadow Gate remains open, not as a threat, but as a promise. If darkness rises in the galaxy, Earth will answer. Humanity will act, united and prepared. Engineer Yuna and Mincio exchanged a look. We built this for defense, but the lesson is clear, Yuna said. Humanity can protect not only itself, but the galaxy, if needed. General Jiho added, our strategy, discipline, and unity are unmatched. The galaxy has seen it now, and we are ready for whatever comes next. The human fleet returned to patrol stations near the outer planets. Ships maintained formation, shields ready, and drones scanning every movement. They were silent, calm, but powerful. Earth had shown its strength without unnecessary violence, proving the human superiority in strategy, coordination, and moral warfare. Captain Day spoke quietly to himself. The galaxy has learned a lesson. Earth will not be a simple target. We are ready for anything. Admiral Sora Lee looked out at the stars. Humanity will be remembered for what we are. Disciplined, intelligent, and united. That is the legacy we leave today. President Hanna took one last look at the fleet. We have won without hatred, without unnecessary war. Humanity stands strong, and the Shadow Gate remains a beacon of our strength. The galaxy will not forget the day humans revealed themselves. The Shadow Gate dimmed, but the power and presence of the human fleet remained, a quiet but unyielding force. Earth had emerged victorious and prepared, and the galaxy now knew that humanity was ready, disciplined, and united. If darkness ever rose again, Earth would open the gate, and humanity would act.